Hello and welcome everybody to today's 60-minute Pilates flow class. Thank you so much for pressing the play button. Today we're going to be focusing on the back of our hips, so that's going to mean a lot of bridge work, a little bit of spinal articulation work as well. Some love for the hamstrings will definitely be thrown in there, and usually when I kind of focus on a certain area of the body, I try and integrate a flow into the plan as well. So hopefully we'll get to that if time allows. So in terms of props, you're just gonna need to grab yourself a pillow. Instead of a pillow, I've just taken a rolled up blanket. You can do the same. Pillows look quite nice, especially if you tend to be a little bit stiff in the back of your hips. So the more support you'll have, the easier and the better you'll be able to really feel the purpose of the positions that we're going to get ourselves into. So grab your props and I'll see you back on the mat in a second. Let's get straight to it. Okay guys, so if you've got your props, your pillow, that's what you're going to need. Then we're going to start lying down. We're going to start mobilizing through the hips a little bit, and then we'll kind of bold and bold and bold and bold. Okay, so lying down, if you need to adjust your camera or your screen or anything like that, then go for it. You're not going to need your pillow initially, so just come straight down onto your back. Try not to fall asleep, although if you, I can't see you, so if you need a nap, then go for it. But from here, guys, we're literally going to go straight into a figure four stretch. We're going to take our left ankle and just hook it over. Welcome, everybody. We're going to hook it over our right knee. So it's the left ankle hooked over the right knee. All right, and just take a couple of seconds here. Relax your hands down alongside your body. And just make sure that your neck and shoulders are nice and relaxed. We're going to take an inhale and we're going to do a teeny tiny little arch into the lower back. So on your inhale, little teeny tiny arch. And on your exhale, tuck. As you tuck, there's no harm in kind of applying a little bit of pressure in that left ankle onto your right knee, and then inhale, arch again. Exhale, tuck. As you tuck, press your left ankle into your right knee. Inhale, arch. And exhale, tuck. Two more like this. Inhale, arch. And exhale, tuck. Last time, inhale, arch, and exhale, tuck. And then come into a neutral position in your lower back, so halfway between those two extremes. Try and keep your neutral and hug your right thigh in towards your body. So you're going to grab a hold of the back of your right thigh. You should feel a decent enough stretch over that left hip at the back. Breathe here. On every breath, try and relax through the shoulders and relax into your jaw. Try and find a little bit more length into the back of your neck so your chin isn't poking forward, and really try and make sure that your lower back is still in neutral position. If this is feeling pretty comfy, then see if you can take a hold of the front of your right knee. So instead of holding on the back of the thigh, you're going to grip your hands or grip your fingers literally at the front of your right knee on top of your patella. This is going to increase the stretch if you can manage this. Again, just watch that your head hasn't lifted away from the ground. If it has, that's what your pillow is for. Taking 3 more breaths here, guys. Last 2. Really consciously breathing down into your tummy. And last breath here. Okay, you're going to let your right foot come back to the ground again, but keep your left ankle where it is. Keep your hands on the ground and let the whole complex of your legs float over to the left. Okay, so you're going to let this whole figure 4 thing pivot over to the left. I'm probably slightly out of the screen, so I'm just going to move my body a little bit over to the side. Good. So in this position, you're pressing down onto the top leg so you can get a little bit of a stretch of your outer hip. Holding here for 3. Breathe into the right side of your waist. 2. And on your next exhale, bring everything back through center, and we're going to go straight over to the other side. So that whole complex, that whole figure 4, is going to go over to the other side. Good. Now, depending on how much space you have, you might actually be able to slide your top knee all the way down to the ground. So we've done this a couple times in class, again in real life together, this supine twist. You can take your right hand and press down on your left knee. Ideally, both shoulders are still touching the ground, so see if you can thread your right shoulder blade a little bit further through so that it rests a little bit firmer on the ground. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And 1 more breath. Keeping the left ankle hooked over the right knee, bring yourself back through center and square off your pelvis. Well done. Let's take the left foot down and we swap. So right ankle on top of your left knee. So we're swapping legs now. Well done. From here, inhale, arch into the lower back. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, arch. As you tuck, think about pressing your right ankle into your left knee. 2 more. Inhale, arch. And exhale, tuck. Last time. Inhale, arch. Exhale, tuck. And then find a happy medium between the 2 extremes and see if you can hug your left thigh in towards your body. So initially just wrapping your fingers around the back of your left leg. Take a couple moments here. Try and relax into your neck, lengthening through that nape of the neck area. Last 2 breaths here. And after that, either you hold this position or you're going to go for that front knee hold. So going to the front of the knee. When you're ready, interlock your fingers at the front of your left leg. It's going to make your stretch quite a lot more intense. Try and relax your right glute here. Last 2 breaths. Again, avoid any neck strain if you can. Try and lengthen through the nape of your neck. And soften into the shoulders. 1 more breath. Well done. We're going to take the left foot down to the floor. And then we're going to take the whole complex of the legs. Let's go over to the right hand side first. Okay, so once you're over to that side, I usually use my top foot, the foot that's hooked over the knee, to press that knee down towards the ground to get a little bit more of a stretch around the outer thigh. It's a muscle called your tensor fascia lata. Strange name. One more breath here. And then we're going to take that whole complex over to the other side. So bring it up. and find your supine twist. Nice. Try and get the shoulders even on the mat if you can, and then you're going to use your left hand to press your right knee down towards the floor. Targeting your inhalation down into that lower right side of your tummy. Two more breaths. And last one. Well done. So we're going to bring everything back through center. Place your right foot flat on the ground so it's parallel hip width distance for the feet, and just be a little bit pedantic with that for today. So in terms of hip width distance, their knees will be no further away from one another than 2 fists. Okay? Cool. Hands are going to be relaxed alongside your body. Inhale at the bottom, and on your exhale, we're going to round into the lower back and come into bridge. Yay! So up into your first bridge of the day. Nice. Once you're up there, just make sure that your big toes are still on the ground. Inhale at the top. Slow, slinky domino effect all the way down to the ground. Lower your spine down. Consciously relax your bum muscles as your bum touches the ground. Inhale at the bottom. You're welcome to arch into your lower back. Exhale, tuck. Consciously contract into your glutes. Bring yourself up. Make sure those knees stay parallel. Yeah, I know it's so tempting to let them go super far apart, but try and keep them parallel, and then slowly take your way down. Good. Keep on going at your own pace, inhaling as you prepare, exhaling to bring yourself up to the top. You can take 1 or 2 full rounds of breath at the top here. And then it's a super slow journey down. The journey down is where we want to think about decompressing the spine, so lengthening the space between each vertebra. So we know we have our discs between our vertebra of our spine. Keep going, by the way. So the discs, those like gelatinous kind of pieces of strong cartilage that absorb the shock of our movement, are between every vertebra of our spine. And as we come down from our bridge, it's an opportunity for us to decompress them. The only way that's going to happen is if you move nice and slow, visualizing space and length between each vertebra. Let's go for maybe 3 more, depending on your pace. Don't neglect the lower back, even if it feels really sticky. It is possible to sort of identify and segmentally move through each vertebra in the lower back, but don't just lower it down in one big chunk. Last time, we're lowering down. Very nice. Great job. Okay, so from here, we're going to pick our pelvis up and just hang out in a bridge position. So bring yourself up to the top of a bridge and hold. We're going to do the movement where we imagine our pelvis to be a steering wheel. So I'm going to basically think about lowering one hip down. I'm going to lower my left hip down towards the ground. My left bum cheek is going to kiss the floor, and then I'm going to squeeze my left bum cheek and bring it back up. And then I'm going to lower my right bum cheek down. It's going to kiss the floor, and I'm going to bring it back up. So if you were a race car driver, you would be doing sharp turns to the left and to the right. Okay, so as you move, as the one hip draws down, you can always visualize. As your one hip draws down, you can visualize your head of your femur plugging into the socket. The opposite leg, the leg that's going away from you, think about lengthening through that quad. Okay, so one hip is drawing closer, other hip is drawing further away. Okay, let's go for 5. And 4. Can you feel how this is almost like walking? Can you imagine your pelvis doing this while you walk? 3. And 2. 2, and 1. You might get a few clicks. And bring it back through center. Let's lower our spine down. Well done, well done. So we're going to keep our bums on the ground for a little while, give your glutes a little bit of a break. We're going to take our hands behind our head, elbows into the peripheral vision, really interlocking the fingers nice and firmly at the base of your skull. Inhale at the bottom, and as you exhale, slow flexion, just a normal crunch. Bring it up. Inhale and hold here for me, please. And as you take that inhale and hold, try and relax your head into your hands, even if it lowers down a bit. Think about where your abs are, rib cage to pelvis. Use those muscles to bring yourself up a little bit higher, and then slowly take yourself back down. So we're going to do a couple of them, really breaking it down. Inhaling at the bottom, so it's 4 steps. Exhale, bring yourself up. Relax your head into your hands and come up a little higher. Slowly lower yourself down. Good. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, relax your head into your hands. Consciously relax it. Think about your abs. Use them to bring your torso forward. Nice. And slowly down. Let's go for 4 more of these. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, relax. Exhale, come up higher using your abs. And slowly lower down. 3 to go. Inhale. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, relax and soften. Exhale, consciously use your tummy muscles to come into flexion. Slowly take it down. Last 2. Inhale. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, soften. Exhale, come up higher. Slowly take it down. Last time, inhale. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, soften. Exhale, bring it forward. Hold it up if you can. Reach the arms alongside your body. Pulse it forward for 10, 9, 8, teeny tiny, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower. Well done. Good job. Okay, straight away, we're going to hook that. Let's go for left ankle on top of right knee. So hooking left ankle on top of the right knee into that figure 4 situation again. Okay, cool. Hands are going to relax alongside your body. I want you to push your left ankle into your right knee. So really, it's not just resting there, it's actually pushing down. Okay? Inhale. As you exhale, we're going to try and come up into a bridge position in that figure 4 situation. Once you're at the top of your bridge, ideally, your pelvis is still relatively neutral, so you're not letting that left hip dip down, okay? So get the pelvis neutral and then slowly lower down. Let's try for about 6 to 8 of these, okay? Tuck and lift. And slowly down. Exhale, tuck and lift. And slowly lower it down. 5 more to go. Now, if you're like raring to go and you want loads of extra challenge, you can reach your fingertips up towards the sky and just notice how much your hands have been helping you up until this point when you kind of remove them from the ground. Not just in terms of weight, but just in terms of balance as well. 2 to go. And tuckaroonie. Don't forget you're pushing the ankle into the knee. That's going to help you get your height. Slowly down. Let's go for 1 more. And tuck and lift. And let's take it down. so good. Keep the figure four, keep the figure four, keep the figure four. Okay, try and keep those hands reaching up towards the sky. If they weren't already, get them there now. And then you're going to see if you can lift your right leg off the ground and come into kind of an active figure four stretch. Good. So your tummy muscles should be switching on right about now. Very nice. Okay. Are you guys there? I hope so. If it's available to you, straighten your right leg up towards the ceiling. Good. And then you're going to see if you can keep your left leg in that shape. Lower the right leg down. Lift the right leg up. So abs obviously, but this left knee, I want you to really think about opening the left knee out to the side, so you're using your glute to hold it in that figure four shape. 5 more. 4. 3. Imagine the inside of your left ankle was going to touch your nose. Pull that left ankle towards you. 2 and 1. And then take the right foot down, take the left foot down. Well done. Let's go straight over to the other side. So hook your right ankle over your left knee. Well done. That escalated very quickly, didn't it? Take the hands down to the ground and push the right ankle into your left knee. It's quite active. Okay, lift yourself up. Take a peek at your hips, those two bony bits at the front. Just make sure they're nice and parallel, and then slowly take it down. Good. Again, 6 to 8 of these. If you want to take it slow, please do. It's always nice to just be able to take things at your own pace, especially when it comes to anything like body awareness, you know. Good. Just noticing any differences from side to side that you may feel. Like in my body on this side, I can feel my right glute feels tighter, but my left hip feels way more open. Last 3 or 4, we're going to reach the hands up towards the sky if you want that at this stage. Just a little extra challenge. And 3. Press that right foot into the left knee. So use that connection to help your left leg. 2. Okay. And last time. Lift. Good. Slowly take it down. Keep your figure 4. You're going to use your tummy muscles. Reach the hands up towards the sky if they weren't there already. And then lift the left foot off of the ground. Good. Cool. Now, if you can, try and straighten out the left leg. You're going to, before we move the left leg, I want you to think about pulling your right ankle in towards your nose. Okay? Feel your bum switch on, and then lower and lift. Lower and lift. Lower. Now, interestingly enough, I mean, you might notice that right foot might just want to end up turning parallel to the left. Try your best to think right ankle coming in towards my nose. Right ankle is coming towards my nose. 3, 2, right knee drawing out to the side. 2 and 1. Well done. Place the left foot down, place the right foot down, and just go for a windscreen wipe. Well done. So these movements are a bit strange. It's called active flexibility, active mobility. Okay. It's a lot better for you than passive stretching. Okay. All right. So we're going to come back into figure 4 one more time. Left ankle hooked over right knee. Okay. Last time. Hands relax alongside the body. It's going to be a bridge again. Okay, so we're inhaling at the bottom, we're exhaling to tuck, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Okay, see if you can hold that height, unhook the left leg, reach it up towards the sky, hook it back where it was, and then slowly take it down. Okay, we're going to try about 6 of them. Again, if you want more, hands reach up towards the sky, bring it up, unhook, lift, hook. Try and use the active movement in your left hip to get the foot back over the knee and then take it down. Okay, and bring it up, unhook, lift, take it down. Use your external rotators, slowly down, and lift. Unhook. The unhooking is easy. It's the replacement without kind of like sliding your foot down your knee too much. 2. Keep the big toe of the right foot on the floor if you can. All right. Last time, lift, reach, hook, take it down. Okay, back to that open chain. So from here, keep the hands reaching up towards the sky. Lift your right leg up or your right foot off of the floor. Okay, and we're going to reach the right leg up towards the sky again. Nice, really nice. Now we're going to hold the complex of the legs like this, but I want you to really actively squeeze your left glute so that that left knee is going to draw out to the left even more. So try and really get the left knee open to the left as much as possible. So left knee away. And then you're going to see if you can come up into flexion. Press the left knee away from you. Draw the right thigh in towards you and then slowly come down. And bring it up. And lower it down. And bring it up. And lower it down. We're going to go for 3 more and we're going to hold at the top, okay? Last 2. Lift. And down. This is the last one. Try and hold at the top. Now again, don't let that left knee go. Squeeze it and see if you can lower the right leg down and up for 4. 3. 2. I'm dying here. I did so many abs yesterday. Last 1. And then take it down. Good job, everyone. I hope that worked out okay. Good news is, other side, and then we're going to change. Okay, so hook right ankle over left knee. Last time in your figure 4 for now. And then we're going to tuck, bring it up, bridge it up. Reach the right leg up towards the sky. Use the external rotators in that right leg. So open, place it, take it down. Okay, bring it up. Reach, bend, open the right knee out to the right, place it, and then take it down. So ideally, when you place that right foot, you want to try and place it perfectly the first time. The second it touches the left knee, that's where you want it to stay. You don't want to have to then pull it down with your hands. Last 2. Reach. Last time. So this stuff really works deep stabilizing muscles. That was the last one. And take your bum down. So we're going to keep the figure 4. Lift the left foot off of the ground. Yeah, and then reach the left leg up towards the sky. Nice. So actively pulling that leg in towards you. Lift yourself up into flexion. Okay, good. Bring your left thigh in towards you. Squeeze your right knee away from you. And then slowly lower down. And lift. So pull your left leg in. Squeeze your right knee away. Slowly come down. Only 2 more. And up. The front of your left leg is going to really speak to you. Last time, lift. Now use your right knee, your right glute, squeeze it out to the side. Try and keep it where it is. Lower the left leg down. Bring it back. I really just want to hold my foot there. This is highlighting. Last 2. Glute weakness in me. Last one. And take it down. Well done. Okay. You can tell I've got like nothing else to do except come up with exercises. All right. Let's roll up into seated. We're going to change it up onto all fours. Okay, so hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We've all been here a million times together. Okay, so when we're here, guys, I just want you to connect into your fingers a little bit. So we kind of forget them a lot of the time, but I want you to just grip your fingertips down into the floor a smidgen. You might notice that the fingertips at the top then kind of turn white as you press the blood supply out of them slightly. You're going to stretch your left leg long back behind you. Now you guys know, no arching in the lower back here, okay? So neutral in the lower back. Okay, left leg is long and we're going to lift the left foot off of the ground. Before we do anything else, I want you to lengthen out of that left leg, but don't pull your shoulders behind your wrists, okay? Shoulders on top of the wrists, length through the left leg, and we're going to draw a rainbow back behind us. So draw your rainbow. So I'm going to rainbow up and over my right foot, and then up and over back towards the left, tapping the ground as I go. For 6 and 5 and 4 and 3, almost there, last 2 and last 1. Take it back to center, hovering. Okay, we're going to pulse it up and down. We're not going to touch the ground. Up and down. As I go up, I'm going to make sure I don't dip into my lower back. Okay, 5. Glute's going to create the barrier. 4 and 3 and 2. Last 1. Very nice. Now bend into the knee, flex into the foot, and you're going to lower the knee until it's parallel. Don't touch the floor though, to the right leg, but you're not going to touch the ground. Lift, lower, kind of like a donkey kick, and lift, lower, and lift. Let's go for 4 and lift, and 3 and lift, and 2 and lift, last 1 and lift. Bring it back, don't let it touch the ground, hovering, okay? Open, close, little fire hydrants. Open, close. Let's go for about 6 and 5 and 4. Keep going. Last 3. Stay connected to your fingers. Press the floor away. 2. Last 1. And we're going to swap to the other side. So bring the left knee down. If your wrists are dying, let's just take a moment off the wrists. I can sense it. Let's take it on. Let's take it off the wrists. Okay. Let's go straight back in. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath hips. Right leg long. Bam. Okay. Square the pelvis. Lift. Lengthen, but don't draw back. Okay. Cool. Rainbow. Bam. Bam. Good. Let's go for about 6 more. 5 and 4 and 3. Just watch that left hip isn't doing anything crazy. 2, you kind of want to keep the left hip on top of the left knee. Last 1, bring it back, hover. Good. We pulse up, we pulse down, but it's not touching the ground this time. Pulse up, pulse down. Good. So when I see people do this, a lot of the time the heads end up hanging. So try and think about your skull magnetizing to the sky. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Now you're going to bend the knee, flex into your foot. Your knee's not going to touch the ground. It's going to hover as you bring it parallel to your left thigh. And then donkey kick up. Don't let the lower back arch there, okay? Down and up and down and up. 4 more, down and up. 3 more, down and up. 2, down and up. Last time, down and up. Bring it in parallel to your left. Fire hydrants up and down and up and down and up and down. Just watch as you do this that you don't poke your left hip out to the left, okay? Try and keep this integrity. So hard. 2, if you get that though, you'll feel your core way more. Last 2 and 1. Very nice. Place that right knee down. Cool. We're going to take a big step forward. Left foot's going to come out in front. All right, left leg out forward. Okay, we're going to tuck, come into a brief hip flexor stretch, pressing the pelvis forward and down. Just take a second here. Holding for 3, holding for 2, holding for 1. Very nice. Let's plant the hands down, framing your front foot. Tuck the toes of your back foot under. Lift your back knee up. Great job. All right, now from here, that was just a big click. From here, we're going to try and slide that left foot back, the front foot back, plank position. Good, and then pull up and back into downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels. Holding for 4 more pedals or breaths, whatever you want to do here in down dog is cool. 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Hold your down dog. So the same leg that was just in front, your left leg. I want you to see if you can scoop that left leg up towards the sky. As you do this, don't open up through the hip or the shoulder. So shoulders and hips stay square with the mat. Then let the left foot tap the ground. Lift it up. Lower down. So imagine you were scooping up, kind of like a puppy on the beach, like digging a hole. Your left leg, you're lifting up sand. You're like kicking up sand. Scoop and lift. Scoop and lift. Connect into the right hand as well. Don't just have all the weights in your left arm. 3. Last 2 scoops. Last 1 scoop. Good. Bring yourself forward. Lower your left knee down onto your mat. Nice. Great job. I hope that transition happened okay. Now this is where you'll probably need your pillow, okay, or your blanket. So I'm going to take the pillow and I'm just going to place it next to me for the time being. And I want to actually get my left leg into a bit of a pigeon pose. So I'm going to allow my left knee to point kind of towards the top left hand corner of my mat. Right foot is going to be pretty much drawing back towards, my left foot's going to be drawing back towards my right knee. The pillow is quite nice to have underneath your pelvis. So it's going to give you a little teeny tiny bit of elevation, okay, so that you don't end up leaning onto your left side, okay. We still want to have our pelvis square with the mat. Okay, so try and find this position. If this is like a total no-go area for you, then you lie on your back and you come back to figure 4. Okay? Otherwise, I'm hoping we're somewhere in this position. Alright, initially, I want you to support yourself with your hands, staying upright. While you get used to the position, start to think about actually like a scissoring motion between your front and your back leg. So I want you to imagine your front leg and your back leg were trying to draw in towards one another, and that might give you a little bit of a lift, okay? A little teeny tiny bit of a lift. And then see if you can maybe take your hands away from the floor and support yourself in this position. A lot of us will be like like taking a second and then placing the hands down. You know, if it's the first time you're trying this, to take your hands away. But the real aim is to connect into the floor. So push down into the ground. Try and hold if you can, or just fingertips. If it's way too much, you keep the hands down. For 5, 4, 3. So really pressing down, like 80% of your power into the ground. 2, 1, and then let your hands come down, and then relent. Give into it. You can come down onto your elbows. I actually find coming down with the elbows more intense than holding myself up at the top, but I think I'm just weird. You've got about 3 more breaths here. So when we come out of it, come out really slowly. Place your hands on the mat, and we're going to try and transition back into a downward facing dog, okay? So I'm going to tuck the toes of my back foot under. I'm going to press down into my hands, start to lift myself up, and take my left foot back. Okay, pedal out through the heels. Take a few moments to get some blood back into that foot. Going for 3 more pedals, 2 more pedals, last pedal, and then let your knees come down. Well done. So we're going to take right foot out in front, and we high up again here just for that brief hip flexor stretch. Okay, so tuck, press your pelvis forward and down. Just softening into the shoulders here. One more breath. Such a nice place to be. And then let's take the hands down to the ground again, framing your front foot. Okay, so it's going to be the lift of the back knee, the plank, and then the down dog. Okay, right, tuck the toes of the back foot under, lift the knee up. Try and stay where you are in the rest of your body, so shoulders stay above the wrists, right knee slides outside of the right armpit, and take it back into plank. Very briefly here in plank, and then we're going to pull our bums up and back into downward dog again. Okay, and then here we are, we're going to pedal out for about 3 or 4 little pedals, and then you're back on the beach for the right leg to scoop up some sand. Okay, so just keep your shoulders nice and square. Wrap your triceps down, so the back of your arms wrap down towards the floor. Right leg reaches up, but you're keeping the pelvis square with the mat. Right foot's going to come down, lift it back up, and down, and up. Let's go for maybe 8 more, trying for about 10 in total. 5, 4, really activating glutes before we stretch them. 3, 2, 1. Good. And then you're going to bring yourself forward nice and slow. Place your right knee on the mat, kind of underneath your belly button, really. Okay, so it's a little bit of a, conundrum, I guess, getting your leg in the position. But I kind of think it's a good idea to bring the right knee. Right knee is going to point basically towards the top right corner of your mat or to your right wrist. Left foot, depending on your mobility, is going to end up by your left hip. Ideally, we'd have that shin parallel, but sometimes that's just not going to happen. If any of you guys can get that, please go for it, okay? It's not part of my repertoire at the moment. Alright, so initially just holding your body weight up. And as you start to adjust to this position, if it's not happening, if it's sore, you come back to your back and you go to figure 4. Okay, you'll get literally so much out of that as well. If you can do this, then you're going to start to press your thighs, press your legs down into the floor, that scissoring action. So my right leg and my left leg, they're far apart. I want to think about them drawing together. That's going to lift through, yes, pelvic floor, but also inner thigh, okay? Use that action to see if you can take your hands away from the ground. Holding yourself here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down. Great job. And then we're going to come down onto our forearms. So you can just relent into that stretch. Let's hold it here for a couple more breaths. Try and relax your cheeks and your jaw. Last 2 breaths in this position. Just so you know, again, we're going to transition back into downward facing dog from here. Okay, last breath. And we're going to pop our hands back onto the ground in like a planky kind of shape. Tuck the toes of your back foot under. Lift your back knee up and transition into your down dog. We're going to pedal out those heels for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. We're going to slowly start to walk our feet up the mat past your pillow towards your hands. Your feet are going to be parallel hip width distance. Just hang out in your forward fold for a second. And then we're going to roll it up. Perfect. Okay, once you're in standing, let's just take a big reach of the arms up towards the sky. Okay. I've interlocked my thumbs, just so you know. Good, and then we're going to cactus through the arms. Nod the chin down towards the chest and take a roll down. Good, planting your hands down here. You're going to step left foot back, right foot back into plank. Hovering to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the knees down, open them wide, sit your bum back towards your heels, take a shell. Okay, last breath here in your shell. Perfect. And then we're going to come back onto all fours. Okay, get rid of your pillow or your blanket so that it's out of your way. Okay, so from this position, guys, I'm going to ask you to extend your left leg long back behind you. Okay, so left leg is long back behind you again. Press the floor away again through the strong connection you have with your hands to the floor. And I want to see if you can perhaps lift your right knee up off of the ground. And then lower it back down, all the way down. Press the floor away, lift that right knee up, lower it down. Let's go for 6 more of these. Lift and down. 5, lift and down. 4, lift, push the ground away and down. 3 to go, lift and down. Almost there. 2 to go, lift. These are brutal. And down. Now guys, watch closely. Last time, lift. I'm going to try and straighten out my right leg. So it's going to go to the left. I'm going to pivot on my left foot and I'm going to let my bum come to the ground. So if you're just like, what the hell did she just do? I'll repeat it one more time. So we lifted that right knee up. We reached it underneath the left, pivoted on my left foot, and I'm going to lower my bum down. Okay, I hope that went all right. We're going to bend into the right knee, okay? And we're going to stretch over the left leg. Holding it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk yourself up that left leg and come into a cross-legged position. So crossing the legs. Lengthen up to the crown of the head. And you're going to fold over your thighs. So what I'm hoping you get here is a stretch in your outer thighs. So kind of by your bum on the left and on the right. And if you're not getting that, if you're not able to slouch forward like this, usually it's because you've got a little bit of a tightness somewhere else in the body, and it usually helps to just sit on a pillow or to sit with your back against the wall in this position if you're not feeling a stretch in your glutes. Holding for one more breath here, see if you can get a little bit deeper. Try and relax your bum muscles. And then walk yourself all the way back up. Staying in this position briefly. Now remember which foot you put on top, okay? If you can, now this is maybe a bit of a long shot. If you can, take your left foot on top of your right knee. So I'll turn to face you just so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm bringing this on top of that. Now some of you are going to have that knee literally on the foot. Most of us humans won't. So once you're there, you might already be like, whoa, I feel such a massive stretch, if you can even get this position. Okay, if you can get it and you're sitting there, that's great. If you can get it and fold forward, that's even better. This is not happening, and I'm kind of guessing it's not happening for some of us, then stick with the one that we literally did before, okay? One more breath here. And then slowly come out of it. Okay, so it was our left leg on top this time. Well, at least it was mine. Remember which leg of yours it was. We're going to come onto all fours again. No fancy transition to come out of it. And then right leg is going to reach long back behind you. Okay. Alright, so back into this plank-like situation. Press the floor away. And we're going to lift left knee up. And then lower left knee down. Okay, 6 to go. And lift. And lower. Try not to let the leg collapse as it comes down. So usually we were like, I lifted it, that's so great. Don't let it collapse down. Okay, there's probably more work in the slow lowering than there is in the lifting. And 3. And down. And 2. And down. Okay, last one. This is the funny transition, okay? So I'm gonna lift, and I'm gonna take my left leg underneath my right and in front of it. I'm gonna pivot on my right heel till my right heel is flat, and I'm gonna let my bum come down. Okay, cool. All right, so the last time we were in this position, we bent our right knee and stretched over the left. This time, we're going to bend the left knee and stretch over the right. I'm going to turn my body so that you can see me. All right, lengthen up to the crown of the head, and we stretch over the right leg. Taking 2 more breaths here. And then slowly walk your way up your right thigh. Cross-legged position. So cross-legged in the opposite way now. So where you may have had, let's say for instance, your right leg on the bottom the last time, this time you're going to swap it around. It might just feel weird, but try and go for it. Lengthen up to the crown of the head. You might need your pillow here again, remember, and you slouch. We're going to hold here for 3 more breaths. Last breath. And then we're going to walk our hands back towards our body. If you think it's possible, okay, in your body, take your right leg this time, right foot, and it's going to rest, not turn to face you, on top of the knee. Now, ideally, I mean, I'm not actually that open in this part of my body, so I've got this massive gap here, okay? So some people will be able to get the knee down, which can be a good thing, can be a bad thing. But whatever you can get, whether it's here or in cross-legged, either you're sitting and you're already praying, or you're able to maybe slouch a little, okay? Let's take 3 more breaths here. Two. And last breath. Well done. Slowly walk yourself out of it. Unhook your right foot, and we're just going to place our hands behind us and windscreen wipe. Now, guys, we've got 3 minutes. There's like a final layer of stretching that I want to do. But if the last movement was like impossible for you, then I'd like you to choose any stretch that we've done so far in class that suits you. So it could be you're lying on your back, figure 4, it could be your pigeon stretch, it could be downward facing dog, whatever you like. The final challenge that I've got for you is it's slightly different, but it's slightly different, slightly similar to this position. So we're going to take left foot. Let me mirror you actually. Right foot. Okay, and I'm going to try and get my right foot all the way over to the right until my right knee is on top of my left. Okay, and what you'll feel if you get this is like a nice deep stretch over the outer hip. Okay, this is not accessible for a lot of people, so if you can get it, give it a go. And then once you have it, try and actually press your feet down into the floor, so bringing a little bit of muscular activation into the position. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Good. Ideally, both sit bones on the ground for this, if possible. I can hear you being like, that's just not happening. And then, guys, slouch over. Which, interestingly enough for me, also makes it more intense. Don't know about you. Let's take 2 more breaths here. So if you're doing any other stretches, you're doing 2 more breaths, and then you will swap to the other side when we swap. Slowly come out of the position. Place your hands behind you, unravel the legs, and just do a little wee windscreen wipe there again. Hopefully that goes according to plan on the other side. So same thing here. I'm going to take my left knee over my right, trying to get them to stack. Okay, ideally both sitting bones on the ground. Like really encourage the sit bone to the floor. Should be quite targeted into that outer thigh. Press your feet into the floor. So just bringing a bit of muscular activation into the situation. Holding for one more breath before we slouch. And then let's go for it. Don't know if the slouch is as satisfying in this position as it is in others. This makes it more intense. 3 more breaths. And last breath. Slowly bring yourself out of the position. And we're going to come on to all fours. Okay, straight away onto all fours. Just shake your hips from side to side. Shake, shake, shake. 3, 2, 1. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. And then we're going to walk our feet in towards our hands. Bend into your knees, relax your head, forward fold. Inhale at the bottom. And we are going to restack our spine with new glutes into standing. Reach your arms up, interlacing the thumbs. Big stretch up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, let the arms fall. Well done, guys. That's you. Finito. Great job.